following content contains adult language and humor that is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome one and all to this edition of PACIFIC414 Pop Talk here on this Sunday, streaming live on YouTube and Rumble, along with Cashmoney 007. I'm your host, Mike. Unfortunately, Baron is unable to be with us today.
Where are you, Baron? Yeah, I heard you guys last week. Where are you?
Well,
I don't
yeah,
see you.
it's par for the course here. You know, if you're not here, we're gonna mock you.
That's right.
Even if you are here, we're gonna mock you. It's
True.
just how we do it here. We mock each other. But I hope everyone is doing well on this Sunday, whether it's morning for you or afternoon or in the evening, depending on where you are. We're glad that you're here. And I do want to go ahead and say hello to the chat. We have Brandon Looney Tunes fan 2000 who says first one here. And we also have T-Gap Steve with another episode of Beverly Hills 414. And it's an interesting one, folks. And unfortunately, using Talk Studio, I don't have any background music to play, so you'll just have to imagine the soap opera music in your head. So here we go. Big Mike and Mr. M were driving and driving to big American party. Mr. M was saying he liked corn. I also do like corn, said Mr. Big Mike. We should have some. Yes. So Big Mike and Mr. M went to have corn before big party. And when they got the corn, it went pop, 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 and rained down like snowflake confetti. And they danced. Interesting. Yes, and Dogecoin were driving. Dogecoin asked, Yes, why you swear so much? Yeah, why you swear so much, Yace? Yace said many swears and then turned on the radio for old good American rock and roll. Okay. American rock and roll so good, Yace parked car and told Dogecoin that now they must dance. Dogecoin said yes, and they jump out of to dance in the middle of street. That was when secret police came.
Ah,
We here at TGAP Studios would like to apologize. It seems the script for this episode got lost in transit, and the Korean slay or animators tried to make it up as they went along. Oh boy, Steve, you're treading some ground here, Steve. They have all been punished for this, and we once again apologize for the interruption in normal broadcast schedule. Sure about that,
Uh,
T Gap? Sure about that, Big Daddy T Gap?
I don't know, man.
The ending for this episode is completed, so we return you to this program already in progress.
All
I
right.
hate that. I hate joining the program already in progress.
Yeah.
Jace had dropped Baron, Mike, and Crypto back at Mike's safe house and went to dispose of the vehicle. Baron kept looking in the mirror at the charred spots in his beard.
What? Okay.
You cut that one a little too close, Baron said as Mike just shrugged. Well, Baron, you're alive, aren't you?
Yeah, that's a.
None of us thought we were going to get out of that alive. We're all lucky that we got away a little burnt, beat, and bruised, but still not in that good way, Mike lamented silently. Crypto was looking out the window, lamenting that he had to sacrifice his decoy wallet to make the plan work. Em and the Girl Scout cookie ninjas would still be fighting over it for all he knew. What do you have,
Decoy
Monopoly?
wallet. I don't know. I might have to use that on real Girl Scouts cookies. Oh, you, yeah, here you go. Check the money. Oh, I got your cookies. Da, 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 da. No, I'm kidding.
We got out of that mess and need to focus on what the next move is, Crypto said. And the other two nodded in agreement. Why were we nodding in agreement? Why didn't we, Barrett and I, look at each other and go, no, we're going to do this plan. This is a better plan.
Better plan.
What
Yay.
what Eddie had learned had shocked all three. Who's Eddie?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know. Hey, Eddie!
I'm not sure, man.
On the plus side, they had time before the Baroness could get as much chocolate fudge as her plan required. A pleasant side effect of the explosion was it drained her reserves.
No,
All
no.
that fudge gone to waste.
Yeah.
Several blocks away, Jace parked the rental car in a lot. Reserved for chief of police, the sign said, as
Seems
Jace
about
got
right.
out and lit up a smoke and taking his rubber gloves off to throw away. Oh, leaving the evidence, huh?
Yeah, seems like it.
They wouldn't find his fingerprints in the car as the Norwegian smirked and walked away, casually flipping the bird in the general direction of Mike's safe house. This fuck, this effing F Cairo mother, that's shit, huh? He
Yeah.
laughed as he walked off into the evening, soon gone from sight. Oh boy. Now that they have reunited, can Mike, Baron, and Crypto come up with a plan to thwart the Baroness? Are the Girl Scout cookie ninjas mere pawns in her dastardly game? Or do they have their own agenda? Of course they do. To sell Girl Scout cookies. Will Jace return? And if so, will it be with a vengeance or merely a whole plethora of bleep noises covering his dialogue? I say the latter. Stay tuned as Beverly Hills 414 continues after these messages. And TGAP Steve says hello. And Brandon says hello, buddy.
Hmm.
And that's it as far as the chat is concerned at the moment. I'm just going to check
Yeah.
a few things and then I'll tell you all what stories we are going to be talking about for this additional Pop Talk. Everything looks good on both the YouTube and Rumble sites.
All
So
right.
stories that we will be talking about during this episode of Pop Talk will be comic book readers reject sodomy filled Alan Scott Green Lantern book by
Oh,
Tim Sheridan,
no.
and Pacific 4 is still blocked by Tim Sheridan. No.
He's definitely the one who will steal your cookies. Yeah,
Yeah.
steal. Yeah. That's the word we're looking for. Steal your cookies. Yeah.
And the actors have agreed to end the strike. That's right.
Oh,
SAG-AFTRA board approved strike-ending
oh
contracts
boy.
on 86% vote.
Yeah.
That means 14% said, well, we don't want this.
So exciting. Yay.
We also have this article from Variety that says Sony PlayStation consoles are cutting off access to Twitter X.
Yeah. Other I guess Microsoft has done that too. Yeah, that evil Twix, man, Be careful that evil Twix.
And we're also going to take a look at the Masters of the Air trailer. It looks good.
It's good. Apple TV Plus is bringing out some interesting things. Apple
Hmm.
TV, whatever. No, it's Apple TV Plus. Yeah.
Yeah. And TMNT celebrates 40 years. This is
Woohoo!
called Superhero Hype with new special New Hampshire manhole cover.
Yeah.
That's and then of
And
course we have news on when the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer will be arriving.
yeah.
Took them
And
long enough to get to Grand Theft Auto 6.
woo! Grand Theft Auto
Yay.
6, people. Get ready.
And I do want to
Get
say hello to
set.
Dempsey. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, good sir.
Get ready. Grand Theft Auto 6.
All
Yeah.
right. So let's go ahead and get into our first article here. Yeah, Cash, I'm real excited for Grand Theft Auto 6. Can you not wait?
Woo! Yeah. We'll talk more about it when the article pops up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's the link for the YouTube side. Here's the link for the Rumble side. And let me go ahead and put
Yep.
it
And
on the
please,
screen.
please bounty in the comics. If you're listening to these channels somewhere or you find them later on, please fix some of your dang UI. It's a mess. Can't even put. You guys don't even have comments anymore under your articles. Are you taking those away now? What are we doing?
I don't know. I don't. I'll be honest. I don't like the
Uh,
new UI.
no, I don't. Looks tacky. Bounty in the comics. It was fine
Looks
before. What are we doing?
looks like crap. I'm just saying it. Looks like
Uh,
crap.
come on, guys.
So this article was posted on the 8th. It's by John F. Trent. It says comic book readers reject sodomy-filled Alan Scott Green Lantern book by Tim Sheridan.
No.
And the same Tim Sheridan who says buy these books to offset the bigots and the people that hate us. Well, geez, Tim, you seem
you
to be the
know,
bigot. You're blocking people you've never interacted with.
uh, you know, Tim doesn't seem like a person you want to share your food with.
Yeah.
Want to give half a cookie to? It's not. It's not good. He seems very upset all the time. He wants people to buy his crappy book. And the reason it is crappy is because there's just he just
Just
feels like if you
nonsense.
don't buy this, it's just
I mean,
you
as I
can't
said
stop.
before,
I
when we
can't stop making fun of this guy because it's just he blocks people. He doesn't even talk to us, and it's like, all right, dude, this guy is a clown, and he thinks all this. He's obviously pandering, and it's embarrassing. So let's mess with this guy, and yeah.
well, like I said before, when I found out that I was blocked by him, and I've never had any interaction with the guy, I would have talked to him about his masterpiece Transformers he had on his shelf.
Maybe he watched the show. Who knows?
Oh, he blocked me before the show.
Oh man, I don't know. Maybe he watched the show before. He said, "Hey, what's this show going on? I don't like these people." Or somebody connected with you said something. He's like, I'm gonna block them all. They're evil. The bigots.
That's pretty much how it is anymore. Oh, you don't agree with me? Well, I'm blocking you, or I'm
It is, man.
unsubscribing from you.
It's childish. Grow a pair there, Tammy boy. Yep.
Yep. So it says comic book readers chose not to purchase the sodomy-filled Alan Scott Green Lantern
Oh,
comic book by writer Tim Sheridan, despite Sheridan begging his followers to purchase the book to
please buy my
spite
book.
Comicsgate.
Yep. Please buy it.
In the middle of October, Sheridan took to X to beg his followers to purchase the book, saying, I'm here to ask you a favor. The book comes out next DC Tuesday, October 24th, but
Woo!
already the haters and queer phobes are out in force. I don't even know who you are. I didn't even know this book was coming out until I saw your video and I saw that I was blocked. Wow, talk about thinking highly of oneself.
No. It's an honor, by the way, if you get blocked by this guy. Any of these crazy people, they block you. You should take it as a badge of honor, definitely.
Doing everything they can to see that this book tanks. Well, you're doing a fine job yourself, Timmy boy.
Timmy boy. Yeah.
And Dempsey says Rainbow Lantern looks weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so let's see. The book tanks. They use code and make it sound like they have legit problems with a book they haven't read yet. I didn't even know it was coming out.
Me either.
But the truth is, they just don't like that there is a career hero in the upper ranks of the DCU. I don't care what the sexual preference of a hero
Dude,
is.
it's just lazy to take a character that had a different sexuality before and change it. Hey guys, look at what we did. This character's been around a number of years, so it's really funny to me. Buy my stuff.
You know,
Do
Timmy
it.
boy, you seem to be projecting much.
Yes. Oh, Timmy.
The only way we can shut these people down is to make this book an undeniable success, he continued. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've got something here.
Seems legit.
The only way to prove to big publishers that there's a huge market for authentic stories about LGBTQIA plus characters, and these stories are for everyone to buy the heck out of books like this.
That'll show those bigots.
Uh,
This stuff is just entertainment. It's really just sad.
and I could play the video, but I don't want to give him any more
No,
publicity
no,
than I already am.
no. Yeah.
Sheridan went on. This one's only 6 issues, and each one has a few variants. So I'm asking if you have the means, buy them up, buy extras, give to people you think really need to read it. He then claimed that he would not pocket any additional profits from an assumed increase in sales
Oh.
from his pitch. Yeah, right. I don't believe that.
Uh-huh.
And you might say this sounds, excuse me, like a great way for Tim Sheridan to make a bundle of royalties. Well, no, I won't make a penny because every single royalty I receive from these 6 issues will go straight to a charity that is very important to me and I've supported for a long time. Excuse me 1 second while I take a sip of water.
That's all good.
And that charity is the Elton John AIDS Foundation, which works to prevent HIV stigma and provide compassionate care for all communities.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, it's a worthy cause. And let's see, it says, I'm asking you to join the corps, he begged. If you care about truth and justice, about shining the light in the darkness if you think comics are and should continue to be for everyone, or if you just want to force these comic gate trolls back under their bridge they crawled out from, please support our book.
Um,
But see, Tim, your problem is that you're lumping everybody together, even if they
yes.
just follow people like Ethan Van Sciver.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean they always agree with him. Doesn't mean everybody
Yep.
always agrees with us.
No.
So it says, and send a message that the bullying and lies and the hate have to stop. Well, you can start too. Look in the mirror. It's a
Yeah.
two-way street, Tim.
Exactly. But thank you,
Everyone
Tim, for blocking me. I appreciate it. It's very nice of you.
everyone
Proud.
deserves to see themselves in comics. I don't want to see myself in comics. I want to see a superhero that's anything but me. Everyone needs allies. I don't want allies. I want true friends. I don't want allies who will stab me in the back and
No.
walk away and laugh as they do it. And if you're an ally, now is the time to step up. We outnumber them. Not according to the SAG money.
Uh, not so much, Timmy boy.
So let's pull our power, vote with our wallets, and beat these a-holes.
Yeah, get those a holes, man. It's
Add as
ridiculous
many of these
stuff.
variant covers for Alan Scott, the Green Lantern, to your pool list today. Pick them up
No.
in store next week. Tuesday the 24th. This is what he said at the time he made this video.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, he concluded. So let's see. As Sheridan noted, the book released on October 24th, and according to ICB2's Comic Cub system, the book failed to break into the top 50 most sold comic books by units list. It also failed to break into the top 50 most sold comic books by dollars list. Ooh, ooh.
Mm.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can hear Nelson from The Simpsons. Ha ha!
Yes.
The Comic Hub system for the month of October tracked sales from over 125 stores and is a non-random sample of over 3,000 stores selling American comics worldwide. To reiterate, the book did not chart at all. And it says rival comic book creator John Del Arroz and Bounty in the Comics contributor John Del Arroz commented on the book not showing up on the comic book system, saying it's not in the top 50. So it's not in the top 50 books. That means the sales of it are absolutely atrocious. People were not picking this up.
Oh.
He added, it's not selling. It's just not there. This is destructive loss for DC Comics once again, as they're trying to push this agenda everywhere they go, yet nobody wants it. Nobody wants it because, again,
Not
when
enough
these
people
companies
want it. Yeah.
when these companies and creators start attacking the paying public, the consumer base that they so desperately want to watch their movies, TV shows, buy their books, play their games, people are going to say, nope, no, thank you, not doing it, not today, Satan.
There's not enough people buying this stuff, and some people are also just buying this stuff to make fun of it. I think you can probably read some of it online and and just mock it. I'm sure it's well, I'm quite sure. I mean, there's some pages they put up there, but that this is a dumpster fire. So
Mhm. And Dempsey says, this reminds me of, I know that the books have been written for a long time, but Dumbledore is gay. Okay, sure.
right,
Why does that matter even slightly?
yeah, it was
Good job
in the
signaling
books.
your virtues. Exactly, Dempsey,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
And Dempsey also adds, maybe it's just me, but when I'm evaluating whether or not a person is a good person, who they are being or what they look like doesn't factor into the equation. I'm old school like that.
Yes.
I think a lot of us are, Dempsey.
Yeah,
I'll,
well, these
I'll,
comics, they just keep coming out from DC and Marvel. You got Captain Gay, and he throws a trash can. That was a thing. Then you had I Am Not Starfire. It's just, they just keep making this stuff, and it's funny. And then when it doesn't sell, they want to yell at people and call them bigots. It's funny. It's always funny to me. It never fails. Why didn't you buy my comic? Why didn't enough of you give me money?
I mean,
We'll show them.
that's all they want to fall to anymore, Cash, is saying, "Oh, you didn't buy my book. Well, you're a bigot. You're an this. You're a
Yes,
phobe. You're an Aussie."
always. Yeah, always. Yeah. It never fails. The formula is always the same. It's like maybe
And
people just don't want your comic, bro, or not
yeah,
enough people, anyways. I'm sure some people bought
maybe
it, but
maybe people see that you're attacking other people who might have actually purchased your book, Tim Sheridan, and they're turned off by that. They're turned
yeah,
off about by again these creators, whether it's movies, comics, television, games, attacking the fan base,
yeah,
attacking potential customers. You don't attack your customers. If you want a
no,
successful business, you do whatever you can to entice the customer to buy your product.
yeah,
You have to appease your customer base.
yes.
So it says not only did the book fail to chart on the Comic Hub system, but the book is ranked 25,763 in the Kindle store and number
Oh,
170 for superhero comics and graphic novels. Clearly, comic book readers were not interested in sodomy filled Alan Scott Green Lantern #1.
nope.
Obviously not.
Yep,
Obviously not. And bound into comics. Where's my comment section?
yep. Nowhere. You guys gonna add that back? What are we doing here? Yeah. Finally, comics. You got some issues there, man. You got to fix that. You got your bar over the article, which looks tacky. It looked way better before. What are we doing, guys?
Go back to the old
Come
UI.
on. Fix that shit.
Yeah,
Please.
you know what? He deserves what he gets. He
Yes, he
attacks
does.
the fans and potential customers, even people he never interacted with. Well, he deserves to fail.
Yes, he does.
What do you guys think? Those of you who are listening on YouTube and Rumble, I'd love to read your comments on this whole situation.
No, very exciting. That
Yeah,
this nonsense just
I
keeps going. We'll see what
I
happens
can hear
next. What
your
happens
enthusiasm, Cash.
next? I'm telling you, you just buy this stuff just to make a video of it and then just make fun of it because it's just too easy.
I don't even want to waste my money
I
on
don't
buying it
either.
to make a video.
I don't either. Somebody will, but you know, somehow get a hold of this and read some of it and laugh at it because it's ridiculous. It's stupid.
It's dumb.
It's just there's obviously a push of nonsense in there, and it's just like you don't like because he's gay. No, I just it's there's obviously some stupid push in there, and when you probably not the best marketing is, hey, we'll get those comics gate people, we'll get them. Yeah,
We'll get those people we never interacted with. Yes, we'll show that they're all
we know what
bigots.
they are. They're all bigots. We know this. They don't
Yeah.
want gay superheroes. They don't want trans superheroes in their comics.
I don't care what the superhero is, as long as it's a good story and I actually give a shit about
You know,
the character and what they're going
here
through.
I got an idea for you, Timmy boy. It's called the Wheelchair Man, the Rise of Metal. Yeah,
And I do want to
I
say hello to a certain somebody.
ah.
Anonymous. Anonymous. Anonymous.
Excuse me. Yeah, meet in the middle somewhere. Yeah, I mean, Mike might be a little quiet. I think probably a little bit louder than Mike, but you know.
There, how's that, Anonymous? Loud enough for you?
Yeah, anonymous. Do 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 do.
Funny thing is, they're trying to cater to a new customer base, which doesn't exist. It never has existed. It never will exist. Just like liberal talk radio, they could not get people to listen to it. People just don't like this crap. No, they don't. They're going to
No.
reject it.
No,
Like they
because the
have.
thing is, there is no in between with them. It's just it's a bunch of gobbledygook. Better. Oh, Anonymous said it's better now.
Yay! Yay! I bet
We
somebody's
did
approval.
it!
Yay!
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 Yeah!
Yay!
Hercules! Hercules! Oh.
Ah, we met somebody's approval. Yes.
We did it! We did it!
But yeah, you know what? Timmy deserves everything he got.
Yes, he
And what he
does.
got was people not buying his book. Somebody once said, if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. Well, guess what, Timmy boy?
Mhm.
If you don't like the people who follow certain other creators and you've
Uh,
never interacted with them, guess what?
yeah,
Just ignore them.
yeah.
Simple. Just ignore them.
You you can buy me a Snickers, Anonymous. That's fine. Uh,
All right. So let's move on to another dumpster fire.
oh,
And just let me go ahead and share it.
we've got the Rumble thing going in the okay.
Yeah, I'm just showing that
Yeah.
we're also live on Rumble. So people know.
Rumble, yeah, Rumble.
So hiding that, bringing that.
There it is. Woo!
Yay! Yay! The overpaid, whiny crybaby actors have agreed to a
Yep,
deal.
many of them are. Some of them aren't. I think there's some people who are actually doing something good, but the majority of them, I don't trust it.
I don't trust them either. I mean, it
There's a
says,
there's a few actors who are probably like, yeah, there's some nonsense going on, and like we're fighting this, but then there's just a lot of other people. Hey, my money, money, money. I
it
deserve
says,
this. I deserve that. Okay.
it's as some of us have mentioned, and Baron has mentioned it. The writers only agreed to a 3-year deal. That means anytime during
Yep.
the 3 years, they can go on strike again.
Yep.
And if they go on strike, then the actors will probably follow suit.
It's 1 year. 1 year. And then it's like, oh, it's time to strike again. We're not getting a better deal. And then here comes AI creeping up more.
AI.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
All right, so this is from Variety. It was posted on the 10th. It says SAG-AFTRA board approves strike ending contract on 86% vote. The victory is everyone's victory. Union leaders tell media and members during news conference. This is by Gene Mattis and J. Kim Murphy. Why do you need two people to write it, Variety? Why do you need two people? Really?
Oh,
Seriously.
man. This is going to be bad. We've got to get two people. What about the one person? No, two. We need two. Because we need their second point of view, because we're very important people. We're here at Variety. Woo!
Yay! The SAG-AFTRA National Board approved its new contract with the major studios with an 86% approval vote, sending it to membership for ratification. The official approval was announced by the Guild at a press conference Friday afternoon, which finally got started at around 3:20 p.m. Well, actors are never on time. After an 80-minute delay,
Gosh.
SAG-AFTRA president Fran Drescher, yeah, I did that on purpose.
Yeah.
National Executive Director Duncan Crabtree Ireland, and members of the union's contract negotiating committee were present at the union headquarters to announce the terms. The full details of the contract will be distributed on Monday.
Ooh.
Yay! Tomorrow! Yay!
Oh my goodness.
The victory is everyone's victory. No, it's not. No, it's not. You guys should have stayed on
Uh,
strike.
uh, uh,
Crabtree Ireland said at the start of the conference, the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, which bargains on behalf of the studios, said it was said it too was pleased by the board vote. We are also grateful that the entire industry has enthusiastically returned to work, said the AMPTP. The ratification process will get underway next week and will include member meetings to go over the terms of the deal. Ratification will conclude on December 5th. At the press conference, SAG-AFTRA officials acknowledged they did not get everything they were looking for in the negotiation. The union did not get a share of streaming revenue, which Drescher had made her top priority.
huh.
An ongoing living thing, a contract, Drescher said, and we're not over. We're only just beginning. The deal includes a 7% raise in most minimums, a percentage that breaks the industry pattern per Crabtree, Ireland. It also includes more than 1 billion in new wages and benefit plan funding over 3 years and a
Yeah.
40 million residual bonus. The union wanted the full 40 million to go into a fund that would be distributed to a broad range of performers, but the studios would allow only 25%, roughly 10 million, to go into the fund. The remainder will go to the cast of streaming shows that reach a certain benchmark of success. Crabtree Ireland said that getting the studios to agree to the fund was one of the last elements that helped close the deal. Additionally, the Guild announced guardrails against the use of artificial intelligence, though it allows AI to be used to create digital replicas if actors are paid and give their permission.
Uh,
For me, the whole thing, the weight of it all was extremely stressful. Drescher said, well, you were part of the problem, Franny
mhm.
girl.
No.
Uh, about the lengthy negotiations, we went to the press and said, what are they doing? What are they waiting for? Are they trying to smoke us out? Well, honey, I quit smoking a long time ago, so I think they finally realized they were facing a new kind of leadership in me and Duncan. Wow, pat yourself on the back, Fran. Oh, gosh. Talk about having an ego, but, she
Mhm.
is in Hollywood.
Mhm.
Drescher also highlighted the importance of addressing AI in negotiations, which was one of the final items agreed upon during the contract negotiations. Excuse me. One moment.
Mhm.
If we didn't get that package, then what we are what are we doing? We are not really able to protect our members in the way that they needed to be protected. If we didn't get those barricades, that would it be in 3 years. So it sounds like this deal is only for 3 years, just like the writers' agreement.
Of
So
course.
again, if I'm interpreting it correctly, and it is only 3 years, then we're going to be in the same spot once again in a year or two. That's my projection. I could be wrong. Crabtree Ireland also discussed several other deal points, including an 11% increase for background actors who will see their daily rate raised from $187 to a whole $207. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Wee.
right. Woohoo. Woohoo. That deserves another reaction. Yeah. And I do want to say good morning to DJ Ronnie G. How you doing this morning? And let's see, Anonymous was saying the nanny should be president of US. Oh man, could you imagine that? President
yeah.
Dresser?
No.
Series performers will also get a maximum relocation allowance of $5,000 per month, an effective increase of 153%, according to the union. The deal also increases the number of background actors who must be hired on union terms on the West Coast to equal the number in New York. On a TV show in LA or other West Coast cities, only the first 22 background actors on any project are covered by the contract. Excuse me. The new agreement will step that up to the New York level of 25. On features, the LA minimum has been 57, while in New York it's 85. The deal also includes an 8-page limit for self taped auditions, which increases to 12 pages for callbacks. Excuse me. Actors must get their script pages at least 48 hours before the submission deadline. There are also provisions requiring hair and makeup for diverse performers and intimacy coordinators for scenes involving nudity and stimulated sex. Oh gosh. You people are a joke.
Oh my gosh. Get those intimacy coaches in there.
Oh
We're
no,
not
no,
doing the
no,
scene right.
no, you're not doing it right. You know, did she give you her consent to do that for the scene? The deal also
Uh,
eliminates inappropriate wiggings and paint
oh.
downs, according to the union, and includes access to gender affirming care and translation services.
Oh, for fuck's
Not,
sakes.
yeah. The tentative
Jeez.
agreement reached on Wednesday put an end to the union's 118-day strike, the longest actor strike in Hollywood history. Actors are
Ooh.
allowed to return to work on Thursday. The union's membership has to approve the contract by a majority vote, though that is expected to be a formality. The negotiating committee recommended the pact with unanimous thumbs up, marking a rare example of unity among SAG-AFTRA's many factions at a time of change for the industry. Led by Drescher and Crabtree Ireland, the deal was negotiated on and off from early October until a final marathon push over the past 2 weeks. The pressure was heightened as the clock ticks down on 2023. The industry is now engaged in a mad scramble to get movies finished for next year's summer blockbuster season and to get TV series up and running before the winter and New Year holiday breaks hit in December. Well, it's their own fault. They
Yeah.
brought it upon themselves. I don't feel
Yes, they did.
sorry for them.
Nope.
Drescher has emerged as a face and distinctive voice of the resurgent labor movement in sectors across the country. On Friday, Drescher offered a number of pearls, Buddhist wisdom, as she
Oh boy.
described during her more than 40 minutes at the microphone among the highlights.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not reading any of that.
Do we need to read those highlights? Oh
No, no,
boy.
no, no, no. We don't.
Get
We
your
don't.
flow.
We don't.
Here's the storm. Look, there's obviously some nonsense in that contract agreement. What
Yeah,
else is new? I. And then
it's
so
Hollywood.
get ready for the blockbuster season. Uh huh. You mean like the one we had the one we had in our this summer? Oh man, it was so great. So
Oh
many
yeah,
all those
there's
great
so many
movies
hits.
that came out. Yeah.
So many
All
hits
those
that just
bloated budgets and so on is great. Yeah, I really liked Mission Impossible.
I like
But
Mission
like
Impossible too, but the only
it
way it made its money back is
you know,
because of the lawsuit.
yeah. I mean, I like the newest Fast and the Furious movie, but once again, the budget was bloated. So it didn't make that much money. It's all about family. But there's some movies I like this summer, but there's a lot of stuff I'm not really interested in or wasn't interested in. So
Oh, I mean, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, that was a
yeah,
bomb. The first
yes, it
15,
was.
20 minutes I thought were good, and then after
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
that's okay. I mean, there's not too many movies that are coming out that I want to see. There's,
No,
you know, a couple here and there, I'll
yeah.
admit.
I might I might be going to see that prequel film of the Hunger Games, but go with my brother. See what. Yeah, I want to see if Rachel Ziegler is going to yell at me or Ziegler, whatever. She can yell at me on screen. It'll be amazing. Tell
I
me
mean,
I'm scum. No, I don't know.
what do you think about the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire trailer?
It looked cool. I
Yeah.
just like I said when Afterlife came out, I just haven't been like, oh, Ghostbusters is back. But I'm like, maybe with some of you guys, I'll finally watch Afterlife. I just when Ghostbusters came back, man, I was like, do I care enough about Ghostbusters? Like, it's not that I think that movie is going to be bad because I'm sure Afterlife isn't bad, but it's just like, oh, good, we're bringing Ghostbusters back. That's just my attitude sometimes with this stuff, Mike. So,
I understand
no,
that. And Anonymous says Buddhism, the religion for people that want to feel good about themselves for still being a filthy sinner.
well, I guess that's one way to put it. Maverick. Well, Maverick didn't come out last summer or this summer. I should say
Yeah,
last summer.
Maverick
Yes.
came out last summer. Maverick
Yeah.
actually did well, but unfortunately, it was only because of a lawsuit that Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 even made its money back,
Yeah. Oh,
where it
was
turned
it?
in a
Oh,
profit.
wow.
Yeah, yeah,
It actually did turn in a profit, though. That's
yeah,
pretty good.
because of that lawsuit. It
Wow.
helped it.
That's crazy. Wow.
And I thought it was a good movie. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong, I thought
it
it was a good
was
movie,
it was
but
very enjoyable. Yeah. Just the
but
budget was bloated to hell.
yeah, I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
something that you and I have talked about. We talked about it with Baron. These movies with their $300 million budgets, it's too
Yeah,
much.
it is. It's way too much. There was barely any movies that were worth seeing in summer. Did Oppenheimer uh count
Oppenheimer
as
made a
summer?
profit.
It
Yeah,
it did count as summer. Yeah, yeah, it did.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
Oppenheimer made a
It made a
profit.
very
Sound
good
of Freedom
profit.
made a
Yes.
profit.
Yes. Yes, it did. I would definitely consider that a summer movie, but people were trying to censor that, so whatever.
Well, obviously, because
Yeah.
of the topic. Hollywood was like, "Oh no, 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 no! That movie can't succeed," but it did. Word of mouth helped that movie succeed.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh,
I'm can't wait to hear what Variety has to say about that evil Elon Musk. Can't wait.
Evil, evil.
Yeah.
All right, so and yes, I did post a link to the Rebel channel in case anybody wants to follow me over there.
Rumble, rumble.
Rumble, rumble, rumble. But we have this article again from Variety, and it's written by one person
Whee!
this time. Woohoo! All right,
Wow!
Variety.
Wait, Variety, you did it, man. Good job. Give yourself a cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for Variety,
All
folks. Let's
right.
hear it for
Yeah.
them.
One person wrote this article. One. Yeah. That's amazing.
So this article was posted on the 7th, and it's by Spangler. It says Sony's PlayStation consoles are cutting off access to Twitter X. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
Elon
no.
Musk. Elon Musk.
That's right. He's Dracula, supposedly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
supposedly he's evil, evil.
Yes.
Aren't most corporate heads evil?
Yeah.
Just saying.
But Twix is a little bit better, Variety. Hate to break it to you. A little bit. A little bit.
And hello to you, Spartacus.
Hello, Spartacus.
Elon Musk famously is a huge video game fan, but gaming companies apparently aren't fans of what Musk is doing with X, the
No.
social network formerly called Twitter. Yet its site's still called Twitter. Just still
Yeah.
call it Twitter.
Just call it Twitter again. If you're trolling the alien that is Zuckerberg. Yeah, I said it, YouTube. Alien. Yeah, anyways.
Oh, E.T. phone home. E.T. phone home.
Yeah, that's right. I said it. I'll fight Zuckerberg. No, I'm kidding. But
Take me to your leader.
that's right. Take me to your leader, man. But no.
What? Well, wait,
X.
wait. It's the
Look,
dude as an alien.
that's
Take me.
yes. Yes, Meta and X are dumb names. Now, which one is worse? I probably, for me, it'd probably be Meta, but X is just, if you're trolling him, Elon, please.
Sheesh, Cash. Don't sound so excited to see me. Calm down, man.
Funny. But yes, X and Meta are stupid names. Now, I want X to go
No,
back to
Cash. They're
Twitter.
great names. They're
They're
great names. You
great
gotta get
names. Oh,
behind it.
okay.
They're
And
great
so
names.
instead of me calling it X, I just call it Twix. Makes sense.
Yeah, now I want a Twix. Thanks a lot.
I know. I know.
So it goes on to say Sony said it is removing support for Elon Musk X Twitter from its PlayStation game consoles effective next week, meaning Monday, meaning tomorrow. The company also announced the change in a notice posted Monday on its website. As of November 13th, 2023, integration with X, formerly known as Twitter, will no longer function on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 consoles. Oh no.
Dun dun dun.
The message on Sony's website reads this includes the ability to view any content published on X on PS5, PS4, and the ability to post and view content, trophies, and other gameplay related activities on X directly from PS5, PS4, or link an X account to do so. My gosh, I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken, guys.
I know, man. It's too much.
It says reps for Sony Interactive Entertainment didn't respond to a request for comment about why PlayStation is cutting off X, but Musk moved to charge companies for access to X application programming interface API appears to be the most likely reason. What? Sony charges people to pay for PlayStation Plus, which is overly
Ugh.
priced.
It's overly priced now, but I'm sure this article won't mention that. As
No,
of
no.
course not. 3 tiers, and the cheapest one you can get is about like $68, $70 or something. Ridiculous.
It says Sony's announcement about disabling X Twitter on PS consoles comes after Microsoft Xbox cut off the ability to share
Mm-hmm.
content on X in April. In
Mm-hmm.
addition, Blizzard's World of Warcraft dropped in game Twitter integration in February 2023.
Of course.
Twitter announced in February 2023 that it would begin charging developers a monthly fee to let
Oh,
their apps access its API, with Musk claiming that the social network's free API is being abused right now by
probably
bot
was.
spammers and opinion manipulators.
Sure.
Probably?
Yep. Wouldn't be surprised if it was
No,
or
that wouldn't be
wasn't.
shocking.
Wouldn't surprise me that if it was being abused, of course.
The company said it would charge developers a monthly API access fee starting at $100 per month, excuse me, for basic access. For larger enterprises, pricing will reportedly start at 42,000 a month and as much as 210,000 per month. That came after the company in January 2023 without warning made a change that disabled Twitter access for multiple third-party apps like Tweetbot and Twitterific.
Hmm.
Musk closed his 44 billion debt-laden takeover of Twitter in October 2022 after Twitter sued him to complete the deal at the agreed upon terms. The company, since rechristened X Corp, is now worth 19 billion, according to a notice sent last month to employees eligible for stock grants. And it's still a dumpster fire.
It's still pretty bad. It's a little bit better, but that's not saying much.
Nope.
Mm.
I mean, I mainly use it to tweet out when I'm doing an episode of Pop Talk on a Sunday or a Wednesday, or when I'm doing a live game stream, or if I'm watching somebody's stream and I want to share it out.
Yep. Exactly.
I try not to tag too many people in a post, but I am going to let you all have a heads up that next Sunday I'm going to be celebrating 4 years of content creation, and I will be tagging people in the post. So
Dun
I'm
dun
giving you a heads up.
dun. Dun dun dun.
But I don't do it as often as I used to.
Yeah. So don't be afraid. Don't be scared of the tag.
Don't go, why did he tag me? Mike, why did you tag me? Why did
Why
you
why
tag
you
me?
do this? And then Mike's gonna ask you, where's the trigger? Where is it? Where's the trigger? Yeah. But
But yeah, I mean, this is just another example of companies being afraid of the big bad wolf known as Elon Musk and
yeah.
Twitter, and going, we're
And
not
they
going to
don't want
pay
to pay
those
their fair
prices.
share. It sounds like
Yeah.
fine. So and feels Elon Musk is just they're trying to abuse some, so he wants them to pay, so they drop it. Well, fine, whatever.
Yep. Go ahead, drop it. Elon doesn't care. He'll find other ways to make money.
Yep, he will.
Just like any other corporate leader, they'll find another way to make money. Well, unless you're in the comic book industry, movie industry.
Yes. No.
But I'm interested to know what you think about this, Cash, what everyone else who's currently watching Pop Talk on Rumble and YouTube thinks about this. Let us
I just
know.
find I just find it funny because Sony in itself can be a dumpster fire. That's what I and Microsoft too. They can both be dumpster fires, so it just makes me laugh. Like I don't know. I from a lot of comments that I read about this, I don't know if a lot of people were using this anyways, so I'm not sure they're really that down on it. But it just when I read stuff like this, it just makes me think: is it time for more Elon derangement syndrome? I don't know why. I just my brain starts going there. Like I don't even love Elon at all, but I just think it's funny because it's just the variety. We know how variety and a lot of media feel about Elon and what's
Yeah,
happened to
yeah,
Twitter. They just and it did start becoming this whole thing about people having Elon derangement syndrome, Elon Musk derangement syndrome, and it just it makes me laugh. Um, so I
Well,
don't.
you know, Cash, you know, it's no different than somebody having TDS, yeah,
Yes,
Trump
yes.
derangement syndrome,
or you know
Yes,
what?
I do. Yeah.
There's even Biden derangement syndrome. I'll go get some ice cream.
no, but which is worse, Elon derangement syndrome, or Trump derangement syndrome, or let's go Brandon derangement
Yep.
syndrome. Really, that's what it's about. It's having
Yep.
some sort of derangement syndrome about these millionaires.
Donnie, it used to be about me, but now it's not. Yeah.
Yes, we're both in a mood
Oh man.
today.
Yes.
We're
As I
both
will
in a
tell.
mood. The greatest mood you'll ever find on Pop Talk.
That's right. Yeah.
Believe me, everybody knows it. Spider Chris knows it. Anonymous, DJ Runner G, T Gub Steve, they all know it. Dempsey knows it. He's the one that's promoted it the most. He loves it. He was telling me
Yeah.
the other day, Mike, I really love what you're doing here. You know, Pop Talk derangement syndrome. How does that sound?
So when is Joe Rogan finally going to interview you on his show?
I don't know. I really don't. You know, I think he's afraid of me. I think he's afraid of my ego. I, I just don't know why he doesn't want to interview me. I could ask him some questions. He could ask me some questions. You know, I'm very forthright, very forthcoming. That's right.
Hmm.
I'm straightforward.
Very straightforward. Yes, very straightforward. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody, you saw my speech the other day. Everybody loved it. Everybody loved it.
A lot of fans.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just in a mood and I'm just having fun.
So am I. Yeah. Uh, I'm in a mood to
That's right.
do what needs to be done. Uh, I gotta get back to working on my Obama impersonation.
And the king and legend of Pop Talk.
Where's my pills? Which
Where's
one do
my
I take?
where
The red or
where's
the
my
blue
where's
or
my
the
myth
black?
force, bitch? Where's my Hero Academia? Where's my Babylon 5? Hey, Cash Money. Why weren't you fired?
Where? Why is that Cash still here? Is he on
What
those
is
shows?
what is
Is he
Cash
on that?
Money? Why is Cash Money? Who is Cash Money?
What is Cash Money? Who is that guy? Do you guys get? Oh, there's three Stooges on this channel right now. There's only two.
There- There's only two. There's only two. Baron's not here. He had an emergency.
Yes, 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 he did. Stapler. Um,
And I returned from work, and no, it wasn't taking
uh,
care of Korean animators.
oh my gosh.
So, speaking of games, guess what, everybody? Are you excited? Are you excited?
Here we go.
Here
Yeah,
we go. Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer arriving in December. Yeah.
yeah. I think IGN is. I think there's no problem with showing stuff of IGN. I think we're good
I
on that.
haven't had any issues.
And yeah, that man has been with IGN for a long time. Long
I'm expecting Cash to ask Mike, what's asking what his paperwork is.
time. Yeah, we're gonna have to. I want to find out about his TPS reports. So how
TPS
those are going.
reports. PC load letter? What the fuck does that mean?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, Cash.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to move down to the basement. And while you're there, could you take care of the roach problem? Yeah, that would be great.
That would be great. Yeah.
So guess what? Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer arriving in December. It's finally
Woo!
happening. It's finally happening after 10 years
Yeah.
of Grand Theft Auto 5 on every single console out there.
Yeah. This is just running on other stories.
hmm
Yeah.
This article was
Yeah.
updated on the 8th. It was by Ryan Dinsdale. It says Rockstar Games has announced it will finally debut its highly anticipated Grand Theft Auto 6 reveal trailer in December 2023.
Yep. It's going to be called Grand Theft Auto 6 Hillary Swank's Revenge. Just wait for it cuz the leak stuff it looked like Hillary Swank. So, maybe she's getting her revenge finally. So, good for her.
Yeah, good for her. Good for her. It says Rockstar Games has announced it will finally debut its highly anticipated Grand Theft Auto 6 reveal trailer in December 2023. Revealed in a post on the Rockstar Newswire, the developer confirmed rumors from earlier in excuse me, November. It would share a first official look at the game next month. Rockstar didn't share a full reveal for the game as was expected, but did say that it was very excited to finally debut Grand Theft Auto 6. We are very excited to let you know that in early December we will release the first trailer for the new Grand Theft Auto. It said, we look forward to many more years of sharing these experiences with all of you. It also goes on to say the post began by indicating the 25th anniversary of Rockstar would arrive next month too, meaning the GTA 6 trailer will perhaps debut on the same day. That being said, only the vague December 1998 window exists for its foundation date, as the studio was only announced on January 22nd the following year. The Game Awards does take place on December 7th, though, making that another possibility for the trailer reveal. Rockstar hasn't confirmed it will appear at the award show, but given it's usually packed with new trailers and announcements for the biggest developers, GTA 6 appearance would wouldn't be out of place. Thanks to the incredible support of our players worldwide, we have had the opportunity to create games we are truly passionate about. Without you, none of this would be possible. We are so grateful to all of you for sharing this journey with us, Rockstar added. And it goes on to say in 1998, Rockstar Games was founded on the idea that video games could come to be as essential to culture as any other form of entertainment. And we hope that we have created games you love in our efforts to be a part of that evolution. GTA 6 has been rumored ever since the release of Grand Theft Auto 5 just over a decade ago. It was reported on loosely in a 2020 Kotaku report that Rockstar's efforts to alleviate crunch culture at the studio was confirmed in a press release back in 2022, with the studio saying that development was well underway. Later that year, in development footage of the game was leaked
Mm.
in a massive breach. Yep, with authorities eventually arresting a British teenage hacker in conjunction with the incident. A release window between April 2024 and March 2025 has been speculated since earlier in 2023 when publisher Take Two Interactive projected massive financial gains in that fiscal year that would be difficult to attain without the boost from the enormously profitable series. And that's pretty much.
No.
all that he wrote.
Yep. Uh, we'll see how it turns out. The problem is with this game, just like what happened with the reboot of Saints Row, is that if this game does go politically in well, if this game goes politically correct, and some of it has already gone that way, they got rid of the Confederate shirt and the Grand Theft Auto trilogy, so you're just like, there may be some problems there. But if they decide to go in that direction, they're going to kill this franchise because a lot of people
Mhm.
are not going to buy that crap. And
Nope.
it will be crap, unfortunately. And I don't care what anybody says. These games need to say politically incorrect as much
Yeah.
as possible. Yep.
That's part of their notoriety is the fact
Yes.
that they're politically incorrect.
Yes.
And I do want to say hello to Low Spec Linux Laptop. Good to see you.
Ah, what's up, low spec?
And as far as our Office Space skit, TGAPC says, does this mean Baron has crypto stapler? Possibly.
He might. He just might. TCAP
Sparta,
Steve. Yep.
Sparta Chris says, I never played GTA, so I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Low Spec says, I
Great
liked
boot.
Vice City.
Shut
Yeah,
game. Excuse
I
me.
like that one too.
Vice City's a great game. It really is.
And
Hmm.
TGAPC says, GTA 66 and 5/8.
Yep.
Spider
Yep.
Chris says the main character will be a woman who
That's
is
right.
lame and gay.
That's right. Yep. She just might be. Just might be.
And TGAP also adds, even a rumor of politics being included will tank the sales. Yeah,
Just might. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, here it is. 10 years since five was released, and I'm just not. I'm just not excited for it.
5 is a
And
great game too. Overall, great game.
and I'm not going to knock anybody who is excited for
Exactly.
GTA 6.
Yep.
That wouldn't be right.
Nope.
Just because I'm not excited for it doesn't mean someone else shouldn't have their joy and be excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and move on to our next story.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then we have one more after this one.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and post the link on YouTube and Rumble for all of you to be able to click on and read for yourselves if you want to. And let's go ahead and talk about this one. Now,
Woohoo.
for those of you who know, I am a fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, just like I'm a
Nah.
fan of Transformers, He-Man.
Yep.
But this article from Superhero Hype, which was, let's see if it says when it was posted. It was posted on the 9th, so that was Thursday. And it's by Andre Joseph. It says TMNT celebrates 40 years with special New Hampshire manhole cover. The city of Dover, New Hampshire commemorated the 40th anniversary of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with a special manhole cover. The site where TMNT creators Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird conceived the Heroes in a Half shell was given the district honor of not only a state historical marker, but also a
Nice.
commemorative sewer manhole cover
Of
outside the
course.
duo's original home at 28 Union Street. It says here in the tweet by John B. Watson, Mayor Bob Carrier of Dover, New Hampshire, honored Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, co-creators of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, with a state marker and TMNT manhole cover designed by Kevin. Kevin gave a gracious speech, and Peter's wife, Jenny, or Janine, read heartfelt words from Peter. and we'll get a better look at the manhole cover here in a little bit. In November 1983, while living in Dover, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird created a cast of ninja weapon wielding turtles during a late night drawing session, reads the manhole sign. Amused by the absurdity of the idea, the duo developed the story of four teenage brothers Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo. The one shot comic, published independently by Mirage Studios on Union Street, debuted in 1984. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles soon became a full comic series and ultimately an international multimedia franchise.
Not surprised.
It says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans were on Union Street for the unveiling of the TMNT Sewer Manhole cover, marking the birthplace of the comic 40 years ago this month. TMNT co creator Kevin Eastman spoke about how he and Peter Laird started their Turtle Odyssey at 28 Union Street.
Mm,
Says the celebratory event was hosted by Dover Mayor Bob Carrier and crowdfunded by Dover resident James Lane in time for the city's 400th anniversary. In 2021, Lane explained to Foster's Daily Democrat that Eastman and Laird's iconic creation was a hidden piece of local history that needed to be highlighted.
mm,
I live nearby where Mirage Studios was and often thought there should be a historical marker here. But the house is gone, Lane said. While on a walk, I looked down and there was a manhole cover there, and it was instantly very obvious to me that this is exactly how we should commemorate the site. The enduring legacy of TMNT. Following the release of Mirage Comics' first issue in 1994, TMNT expanded its popularity on the small screen with the animated series that ran from 1987 to 1996. Since then, the Turtles have spawned five additional shows, seven theatrical blockbuster movies, and
mm,
countless lines of action figures that generated 6 billion in revenue for decades.
mm-hmm.
Additionally, the most recent animated Turtles movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, was a huge critical and commercial success at the summer box office. A sequel to Mutant Mayhem has been confirmed by Paramount to be in development, along with a spin off series, Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from
Mm,
Nickelodeon Animation and Point Break Pictures.
mm. Five blockbusters. Well, maybe they did all make money. I don't know. I don't know. Was Mutant Mayhem really that much of a success? I don't think so. I think they're
I don't know.
stretching on that one. Yeah, that is cool.
So here is the manhole cover 28 Union Street, Dover, New Hampshire. Original site of Mirage Studios. 1984 birthplace of Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There you see Leonardo is there, Donatello's
That is
there,
cool. Yeah, Raphael,
Raphael, Michelangelo,
Michelangelo. Wow, that is cool.
yeah. And there's one thing to say to commemorate this special occasion for a pop culture
Hmm.
franchise such as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now you know why I put that clip in there.
Yep. Hell yeah. I don't know. I'm just not really interested in seeing the last Turtles movie. I hear it's pretty good, but I might check it out. Some I doubt it though.
And going back to our previous article, TCAP Steve has it here. Reporter, have you made sure to put in
Hmm.
equity, inclusion, and diversity in the new GTA game? GTA programmer just flips her both of the birds, sticks his tongue out, and sets the party on fire.
That's brutal.
And he says if they do this, they will make all the money.
All the money. Yeah.
And Spartacus has a question saying, seriously, could something like TMNT happen today? The insane concept of crime fighting ninja teenage turtles protecting
Hmm.
the city of New York? Probably not with the way people act today.
I don't know. Yeah, they would. I don't know. Somebody, some idiots would find it offensive somehow. I don't. It's just ridiculous.
And Phil says I'm really low. I shouldn't be low, Phil. Maybe it's your volume.
Yep, it probably is. I blame Phil.
And TCAP says, is crypto riding a cow?
I don't. I don't think it's a good idea to ride a cow ever. I don't. I don't. I don't. I think that might hurt the cow. You trying to hurt cows here, T-cap? Huh?
There,
Huh?
how's that, everybody? Your ears regretting it now?
Riding a cow. How dare you, T-cap? Dare you?
All right. But yeah,
I'm not gonna hurt the cow, man.
well, I'm trying not to burst out everybody's ears.
That's right.
I mean, we we, we, we could do it ASMR.
Ah,
Here we have
yes.
a commemorative manhole cover marking the spot of Murat Studios where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were created.
No. Oh man.
As big as Grizzle, as Lizzo or Gorlock. I don't know. I'm surprised nobody mentioned me Grimlock.
Oh, Grimlock. Yes.
And let's see, T Gap. Let's see. And you know, if they tried to make TMNT today, there'd be some idiot who tries to make it an immigration allegory and say the turtles represent black people or
There
Latinos.
just might. Yes.
Yeah.
They're freaking turtles. Yes. There just might be some idiot who does that. Yes.
They're,
No.
they're, they're freaking turtles who were trained in the art of
Yes.
ninjutsu who eat pizza.
That's right. And unfortunately, they got into the ooze, and then they became full-grown turtles and were able to talk. And yep, Splinter that became a rat. So,
Or depending on which lore you're going by, if you go by the comic lore, Splinter was already a rat,
mm, right.
and because of his interaction with Hamato Yoshi, he
Yes. Hamato Yoshi. Yes.
he became human. But in the animated series in '87,
Mm-hmm.
Hamato Yoshi, Splinter were the same character.
Right.
It's because Hamato Yoshi had the interaction with the rats that he
Yes.
became a rat due to the mutagen or ooze.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the turtles' interaction with Hamato Yoshi, they became humanoid.
Mm-hmm.
And Phil's saying replace Cash
Oh
with
boy.
Anonymous. We want Anonymous.
He promised that he was going to start his nonsense. So yeah.
And Spartacus says, and named after Italian Renaissance artist. Yeah, and
Yes.
Phil has a problem with that. Phil has a problem with that, even though I explained it to
Oh
him.
yeah,
It's
that's
because of
right. Yeah.
Splinter's fondness for Leonardo da Vinci,
Yep.
Michelangelo, and Raphael and Donatello
Mm-hmm.
as to why he named the turtles Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael.
Yep.
Listen, Phil, we know you're on the Shredder fan club. We know.
Yeah.
Tonight I dine on turtle soup. Get those turtles.
Get those turtles. Yeah. Yeah.
And Spider Chris says the 2000 TV
Hmm.
series most so followed, excuse me, the comics for Splinter's backstory. Yeah. So we do have this final story here. Let me just hide that. And it's from comicbook.com. It was posted on Thursday the 9th. And I'll admit, I've watched this trailer over and over and over again.
Oh,
I can't get enough of it. I've been waiting for this to come out ever since I heard this was going to be the next chapter in the Band of Brothers trilogy. And one of the reasons why I'm looking so forward to it is because my late grandfather on my father's side was a lieutenant in the 8th Air Force, and he was a B 17 pilot during World War II. So that is the main reason why I've always had a fondness for the B 17 because my grandfather flew one. So this article, as soon as I post a link to it into the chat, and there's a reason why I left this as the last article because it relates to our watch party on Wednesday. So let me go ahead and post a link to the article in the Rumble and YouTube chats. Spartacus says the air war doesn't get as much attention when it comes to war movies. I mean, there's been a couple movies here and there that have covered it, but not to the full extent. I think it should be covered. So this article is by Cameron Bonomolo. It was posted on November 9th on comicbook.com. It says Masters of the Air trailer. Austin Butler takes flight in World War II drama. Masters of the Air from executive producers Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks premieres January 2024 on Apple TV Plus. Let's rack 'em up and knock 'em down, says bomber pilot Major Gil Buck Cleveland, Austin Butler, and Masters of the Air. Apple on Thursday released the first trailer for the new World War II drama from executive producers Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks and Gary Goatsman behind HBO's Band of Brothers and the Pacific series, which premieres with 2 episodes Friday, January 26th, is based on Donald L. Miller's book of the same name and written by John Orloff, Band of Brothers. Oscar nominee Butler Elvis leads a high flying cast that includes Callum Turner, The Capture, Anthony Boyle, Tetris, Nate Mann, Licorice Pizza, and Oscar nominee Barry Keegan, The Banshees of Inisherin. Masters of the Air follows the men of the 100th Bomb Group, the Bloody 100th, as they conduct perilous bombing raids over Nazi Germany and grapple with the frigid conditions, lack of oxygen, and sheer terror of combat conducted at 25,000 feet in the air, the official synopsis reads, portraying the psychological and emotional price paid by these young men as they help destroy the horror of Hitler's Third Reich. At the heart of Masters of the Air is at the heart of Masters of the Air. Some were shot down and captured, some were wounded or killed, and some were lucky enough to make it home. Regardless of individual fate, a toll was exacted on all of them. Yes, and it was some 21 years ago. I went to the 486 bombardment group reunion, which was part of the group that my grandfather was a part of, where I met my grandfather's navigator. And I met so many men and women who were over in Europe during that period of time. And just hearing their stories, it made an impact because they were there. They experienced it. And it was me and one other guy who was there. We were both, you know, in our 20s, and they were surprised that we even wanted to come. And the reason why I wanted to go is not only to learn from these men and women, but also to meet my grandfather's navigator, Bob Harper, and try to find out what I could about my grandfather during that time. My grandfather passed away when I was 6 years old, so my memories that I have of him are very little. But from what my dad would tell me about him, and then learning about what my grandfather's navigator told me about him, would have been proud to be his grandson. And I am proud to be his grandson. He and so many of that generation risked their lives for freedom. And in my opinion, it is something that a lot of young kids today wouldn't be able to do. They wouldn't be able to make the sacrifice that so many of these men and women of the greatest generation made those 80 years ago. So, when it comes to things like this, when it comes to history like this, it is very important to remember what happened, to learn about what happened, and to make sure it doesn't happen again. Unfortunately, we're seeing signs that some of it is happening again. So, this article says following the two-episode premiere on January 26th, one new episode will air every Friday through March 15th on Apple TV Plus. Masters of the Air is a salute to the brave men and women of the 8th Air Force who, through their courage and brotherhood, helped defeat Nazi Germany in World War II, Goldsman said when announcing the series. Tom and Stephen have always wanted to visualize cinematically what our author Don Miller was called the singular event in the history of warfare. We're thrilled that Apple TV Plus has given us the opportunity to combine the efforts of so many talented people on screen and behind the camera to tell this important story. Apple Studios, Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon, Ridley Scott's and Napoleon, is behind the prestige project executive produced by Spielberg for Amblin Television, Halo, and Tom Hanks and Goldsman for Playtone, Band of Brothers, Amblin's Television, Daryl Frank and Justin Favley or Favley serve as co-executive producers alongside Playtone's Stephen Sheridan, and Orloff is also serving as co-executive producer with Graham Yost. Justified, Masters of the Air is directed by Kerry Joji Fukunaga, True Detective, Anna Boden, Ryan Fleck, Marvel Studios Captain Marvel, Dee Rees, Mudbound, and Tim Van Patten, Boardwalk Empire. And TCAP Steve says, well, the aerial combat is really complicated to film and keep the audience knowing what's going. Excuse me, knowing what's. Excuse me again. Knowing what's going on, and a lot of the close-ups just seem to be disembodied cockpit on rockets. Yeah, rockers. Sorry. And let's see. Take down the Luftwaffe. Yeah. So we are gonna take a look at this trailer, and I will have to pause it several times to try to avoid copyright strike and copyright claims. But we are going to take a look at this. So please let me know if you guys can hear the sound.
Let's rack 'em up and knock 'em down.
And here we go.
When you look at it, you don't pay attention to what's really going on. It's kind of beautiful.
So There you see nighttime air raids, anti-aircraft gunfire going off in the distance. From the executive producers of Band of Brothers and the Pacific.
We came from every corner of the country with a common purpose.
Yep. And my grandmother had photos of when my grandfather was in New Mexico preparing and training to fly a B 17 to go over to Europe.
To bring the war to Hitler's doorstep.
And if you ever get a chance to go on to a B 17, take it. Go on to any World War II era bomber or fighter plane, take it.
These daylight missions.
And yes, the American forces bombed during the daytime. It was the British forces that bombed during the nighttime. And the daytime missions were dangerous, extremely dangerous.
It's suicide.
I watched them move.
And there were many who did not make it back.
We lead our boys through it.
And another thing, when you're inside a B 17 or any bomber from that date, there's not a lot of room in there. Not a lot of room at all. And yes, they're depicting the fighter escorts because that's what the bombers needed in order to even make some of these raids. Sometimes the fighter escorts could only go with them so far before they were at risk of running out of fuel.
We're getting through this.
And yes, belly landings were common. If you were a ball turret gunner, God help you.
Even if the odds are stacked against us.
First time in the sawmill, boys. Let's rack 'em up and knock 'em down.
There you have it. Masters of the Air. I am looking forward to this. I will be not necessarily reviewing the episodes, but I will be giving my reaction to the episodes here on Pop Talk. And again, it's very important to me. And I am going to show you guys something real quick. I just got to get into my Instagram account to be able to show it to you. I've had opportunities to go on board B-17s in the past, B-24s, B-25s. But there is one particular B-17 that I'm glad I was able to board with my father, my late father. And let me get it to where I'm sharing the screen. And that's this B-17, the 909. And as you'll see in the pictures I took back in October of 2002, you'll see that there's not a lot of room as it goes through here. I'm just going to let the slide go through. But those engines are very impressive. When you hear a B 17 or any of these bombers or any of these old warplanes fire up, you just imagine yourself in the cockpit, flying the plane. The roar of these engines. And there's not a lot of room if you're a tail gunner. Not a lot of room at all. There's no wiggle room. But the sad story about this particular B-17, the 909, is 4 years ago in October, on October 2nd of 2019, while it was in New Hampshire, it unfortunately crashed. Eyewitnesses said that when the plane was taking off, they heard an abnormal sound, and the plane was trying to make its way back to the runway, and unfortunately, it clipped one of the guiding lights as it was making its approach. And there you see in the bomb bay, there's not any wiggle room there at all. But unfortunately, one of the guiding lights, as it was approaching the runway, it clipped it, and unfortunately, it crashed and it was completely destroyed, and it cost the lives of 7 people, including the pilots. So, that's another thing too. When you see these old warplanes, cherish the fact that you can see some of them still up in the air because there aren't very many that are airworthy left. If you see one in the museum, take time to read the placard that's in front of it and learn about what it took to build that particular bomber, that particular aircraft. How many different series. My grandfather flew a B-17G during World War II, and his B-17 was known as the King Kong. So there is another reason why I'm also mentioning this is because this Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern on both the YouTube and Rumble channels, we will be having a watch party. And that watch party will be for Memphis Belle. Memphis Belle came out in October of 1990, and it's an excellent film. And it has Eric Stoltz in it, and it it just has a great group of actors, and I highly recommend it. I mean, Harry Connick Jr. He's in it too,
Hmm.
and Billy Zane he's in it.
Nice.
Yes, yes, and Spider Chris says the amazement of American engineering. Yeah. And T Gap says I'm more interested in this than I am with the
Mhm.
Netflix Airbender live action attempt. Yeah. 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 And just like after what happened with 9/11, our boys, they wrote messages on the bombs.
Hmm. Sure they did.
And T Gap says, "Good."
And what I was just listening, of course, to what Mike was talking about. Is very interesting, and a lot of people nowadays they don't really understand war. I wish things were cut and dry, but it's not like that. They just from ceasefires and other things, they don't understand that it's just not that easy. It's just not.
I mean,
When
I
they go
I
ahead.
asked my dad, you know, did Grandpa ever talk about what he experienced in the war with you at any point? And my dad said he didn't really like to talk about it because of what he'd seen.
Yeah. The and the direction of our military for me personally is not it's not good. There's definitely things going on, but we need to make sure that we always have in our country, in this country, in America, a strong military. Uh, and we do not need garbage stuff from generals talking about stuff. We do not need garbage stuff from other officers talking about things that just it's not helping build morale. I'm not going to
No.
go into details about it because I'm sure YouTube might get mad, but I don't care actually. But still, uh, war is, when they say war is hell. I mean, a lot of, like Mike mentioned, a lot of people don't understand that it's not pretty. It's not this, and really, it's also not cool. I don't care what wars our soldiers are in. It is not cool to spit on veterans. It is
Nope.
not, especially when people come back from war. It is not cool
That's what
to
happened to
blame. Right.
a lot of our boys when they came back from Vietnam. They were spat
Yes.
upon.
Yes. They were treated like garbage. Um, so it's unfortunate that a lot of people, and this of course goes along with history, that they want to understand that, oh well, they did this, and by the way, you know this whole thing, and I'm not going to get into all of it, but listen, there is evil in the world, and you know what we have to do with evil? You have to destroy it,
Hmm.
because it's not going to go away unless you do. But there is legitimate evil in the world, and people can believe like, oh, that's not true. It is. It's very true.
It is. It still exists. Evil still exists in the world.
Yep. And if you think you understand the Ukraine Russia war, for example, go do some research, and you'll find out that people are lying to you about things. And when you find out the actual truth about it, and unfortunately, a lot of people do not like truth anymore, it seems, you'll find out right away that it's not exactly what people are telling you. So when
No.
you start doing your own research and you find the actual evidence of things and you find the facts, you'll find out that it's not what people think it is. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Steve. That woman is ridiculous. She's a clown, but she can act. I just wish she could act more like her. Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
don't. There are
And her
still
dad was
Vietnam
quite an
vets.
actor too, but yeah. Yeah.
There's still Vietnam vets. You mentioned the name Jane Fonda, and they'll let you know exactly how they feel about her,
Yes. Yeah.
and they won't hold back.
Yeah.
And you can't blame them.
Yes. So it's unfortunate that these wars and stuff have to happen, but there is evil in the world, and we basically have to eradicate it. And
Hmm.
when we get in bed with dictators and this and that, it's not good. It's not good for our country, and I don't care what YouTube thinks. It's
I
just
don't either.
not. Yep. I am not happy what my governor is doing, but I don't want to go off on a tangent on that. I'm just saying that war is not pretty. People have actually died for this country. There's, I believe, like Mike just said, there are a lot of people who wouldn't die for this country. Why? Because a lot of people are narcissists, and you go,
Mhm.
that can't be true. Well, it's not hard to find the facts on that, but they wouldn't die for their country. They would die maybe for something else, but not for their country, and that's fine. But still, it's you know people's backs have to be against the wall before they start fighting more. So that's usually the case. Exactly.
Yeah,
I
and
agree.
none of us is absolutely right when
Yeah.
he's saying there are far too many people willing to sacrifice
Yes.
others and themselves on the altar of
Yes.
passivity and virtue.
Mm.
They
Yep.
would rather take the atrocities of others than defend themselves. Yeah. Look what's
Hmm.
happening in New York right now. They're just
Yep.
standing by and letting that city be destroyed.
Yep. Yep. It's really very unfortunate, but people that think they understand war, people that think they understand that when the bombs were dropped on Japan, it's a different time. And war is not pretty, and people need to stop thinking. And what's very interesting is we have a lot of people now who are anti-war, who are for certain wars. It doesn't work that way.
No.
It's just it's a clown show. It really is. It's an absolute clown show. You know.
And TGFC says that would be my dad. He was an aircraft mechanic on a carrier in Vietnam, and said once he wondered how many of the pilots he repaired planes for didn't come back because of missiles. Yeah.
Mhm.
Spider Chris says my paternal grandfather was in West Germany during Korea. An army secretary was given a gun with no bullets in case the Soviets invaded.
Mhm. Hmm. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
but you know, seeing these planes, seeing things that people have done with planes, is quite remarkable. I mean, I still think the stealth bomber is a beautiful plane
Yeah, it is.
jet.
And Spider Chris says my maternal grandfather was a helicopter mechanic during Vietnam. My uncle on my dad's side, the second oldest, he was a Marine during Vietnam. And even he didn't like talking about Vietnam.
Hmm.
He might say a few things here and there with my dad, but he didn't like to talk about it too much.
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
right. I agree with that. You're right, Anonymous. I agree. It is it doesn't matter what war it is. Yes, I agree. Yep.
Yep. And don't worry, folks. I will provide the Cosme link for Wednesday's watch party so we can all watch Memphis Belle together and enjoy a good movie. Now, I do have a backup in case it doesn't work for any reason. And this backup is free with ads on YouTube so everybody can watch it. And that's going to be Tropic Thunder
Hmm.
as the
Very
backup.
funny, very funny movie.
But, Cash, do you have anything you'd like to promote?
Well, as long as I'm feeling up to it today, I've got my thumbnail made that I want to do part 3 of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart later tonight. So that's still on the schedule.
Nice.
And then next week, hopefully we'll be able to do, another multiplayer game, and Baron will be around again. Hopefully,
Hopefully,
because he's hiding in a hole, I heard, and he's playing with the the uh, the groundhog. He's trying to find the groundhog. I heard, Mike. So I hope he.
and Pop Culture Mechanic, it's
Yeah.
good to see a
Oh,
pop.
what's
Says,
up?
hello, gents. Deep subject, but isn't it funny how the ones who call for wars never fight in them? Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Exactly. But no, we like to give Baron a hard time. I think he might have fallen over with his magazines now, but he'll be back. uh, no, yeah. So next week I'm planning on doing some Dishonored, and I may even work on some Nintendo videos next week on the my Rumble channel, on the Cash Money Madness. But on the Phantom Hooligans, I'm definitely going to keep working on finishing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I don't think, unless there's some kind of miracle, that I'll ever play this Spider-Man 2 game by Insomniac Games, but I am enjoying Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart by them.
Nice.
That's right.
I'm the dude playing the dude dressed up as the other dude.
I just love how outrageous Tom Cruise's character is in that. Exactly. Yeah.
What do you mean by you people?
That movie is great.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
But as far as what's coming up on Pacific 4, besides the watch party on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, again, I will provide the Cosby link to the movie so everybody can enjoy it. And again, if for some reason I have issues with Memphis Belle, the backup is Tropic Thunder. But Tuesday, I will be playing more of Cuphead, trying to get through a few more sections of the game. I did play some Friday. I did get through one section, but then another section, I just kept messing up over and over again. I got close, but I kept messing up. And then on Thursday, I'll be playing more Robocop Rogue City. And then Friday, hopefully, Baron, Cash, and I will be able to join together and play more Broforce.
Yes, it's been a while since we played Broforce, and we still have some missions to complete.
And T Gap Steve says Les Grossman is an amazing character. I'd love to see Tom Cruise revisit. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
But I do want to thank everybody who was here. First on the YouTube side, I want to thank T Gap Steve, Anonymous, Pop Culture Mechanic, Sparta Chris. We had Phil McCracken here as well. As I scroll up here, unfortunately, with Talk Studio, I can't star anybody. So I just got to go up and acknowledge everybody as I see them. So I've mentioned Anonymous, T Gap Steve, Pop Culture Mechanic, and Sparta Chris. We also had Dempsey here. It's good to see Dempsey. And let's see. Brandon Looney Tunes Fan 2000 was here as well. And DJ Ronnie G was here. Mentioned Dempsey, but I'll go ahead and mention him again. Brandon Looney Tunes fan. And let's see. It looks like everybody over on the YouTube side. Now, over on the Rumble side, didn't see anybody pop up in the chat, but we did have some people watching off and on. But I want to thank all of you, whether you watched on YouTube or Rumble, for tuning in for this Sunday edition of Pop Talk. I will talk to Baron later and see how he's doing. He's been dealing with a lot of things lately. That's why he hasn't
Hmm.
been able to join us for Pop Talk. But I am gonna make sure that I talk with him later to find out how he and his family are doing. And
Hmm.
but everybody, I appreciate your support of the channel all the time. You know, whether you're watching Pop Talk just for Pop Talk or you're watching a game stream, I do appreciate it because I can't do this without you. And next Sunday, celebrating 4 years of content creation. I didn't even think I would last that long. But again, I can't do this without all you. It means a lot. And yes, till next time on the next episode of Beverly Hills 414. With that being said, thank you all. Have a good one. And as we are getting ready to head out of here, I do want to say hello to your Muslim uncle. Hell and good day. Prayers for whoever is in need. Thank you, your
Agreed.
Muslim uncle. Good to see you, brother.
All right,
And
man. Yep.
until then, everybody, remember, I'm not just a baseball guy, I'm an all around guy. Take care, all.
Autobots, transform and roll out!